What's going on, Pokemon fans? I'm Professor K.
And I'm Ed.
And today we're going to be profiling the two base set theme decks that you saw in the battle video that we did. We're going to be using Blackout, which is exactly what my deck made you do.
Oh, shut it.
And Ed's deck is going to be the Overgrowth one. We're doing them both in one video because, truthfully, these old deck profiles of the theme decks are just really, really simple. So we can go through them pretty darn quickly. So we're going to do two in one here and not make you guys watch two separate videos. So if you guys are curious to know what's in these decks, here we go. The Blackout deck is the one that I used, and it has one copy of Hitmonchan with Jab and Special Punch. This is a very powerful card back in the day, and I mean, just really, really strong. 70 HP was quite a lot for a basic back then, and to do 20 for a single energy and 40 for 3 was actually really good. So we had one copy of Hitmonchan, and we also have 4 copies of Squirtle!
Choke on those bubbles! Choke on them!
You're just salty. Of course, he does have the Bubble Attack. Flip a coin if heads. This defending Pokemon is now paralyzed. Does 10 damage for 1. Withdraw. Flip a coin if heads. Prevent all damage done to Squirtle during your opponent's next turn. Very much the turtle in him. So there's a 4 line of this thing, man. That's really, really thick line, even for a theme deck to have 4 Squirtle. But there he is. Also, we have 2 copies of Wartortle, which was one of the MVPs. If you guys want to watch the battle video, definitely go back and check that out. So Wartortle does withdrawal for a water and a colorless. Flip a coin if heads. Prevent all damage done to Wartortle during your opponent's next turn. And then Bite for a water and 2 colorless does 40, which is really powerful, especially back in those days. And it also has 70 HP, so to kind of give you in perspective, this is like a stage 1. Hitmonchan was like a stage 1 back then. So there's the 2 Wartortle. The next Pokemon we have here is another powerful Pokemon, Machop, being able to low kick for 20 damage, single fighting energy, 50 HP, nice and respectable. Another very powerful card. Whenever I play the Pokemon trading card game for Game Boy, I always keep Hitmonchan and Machop in my deck because they're just super fast hitters and usually can one-shot somebody who doesn't have a whole lot of Pokemon. Not one-shot, but usually take care of your opponent's Pokemon if they don't really have anything out there. So also we got 2 copies of Machoke, 80 HP, Karate Chop, 50 damage, minus 10 damage for each damage counter on Machoke, and then also Submission, 60 for 4 and does 20 to itself. So that's pretty cool. Definitely powerful. There's that. Also we have 3 copies of Sandshrew. Has Sand Attack, 10 damage for a single fighting. If the defending Pokemon tries to attack during your opponent's next turn, your opponent flips a coin. If tails, that attack does nothing. Another really useful attack, especially in our matchup. There's that. Also, we have 3 copies of Onyx. Onyx has 90 HP. He is a tank and does Rock Throw for 10, Harden for 2, fighting during opponent's next turn. Reduce whenever 30 or less damage is done to Onyx, prevent that damage, and all other effects still happen. Of course, in our matchup, he kept getting hit for weakness, so that wasn't too good.
But still, 90, a tank? This really is old.
Yeah, it really is. Also, we've got 3 copies of Staryu, which is another strong Pokemon, even though it has low HP. Slap does 20 damage for a single water energy. So pretty powerful attack, just a little bit on the fragile side. And then we've got 2 copies of Farfetch'd. Tried to make use out of him, didn't work too well. Leak Slap, flip a coin, if tails, this attack does nothing. Either way, you can't use this attack again as long as Farfetch'd stays in play. Even putting Farfetch'd on the bench won't let you use it again. Yeah, that's pretty brutal. Pot Smash does 30 for 3 colors as well, so if it works, great. If not, well, you're kind of screwed.
Blah.
On the trainer cards, we have a single copy of Professor Oak. Discard your hand and draw 7 cards. This kind of card has been in the format forever. It just changes names. Now, this is where the little fun shenanigans came into play. I didn't realize this when I was playing the deck, but this actually has 4 copies of energy removal.
I hate that card. It's broken.
The bane of N's existence. Energy removal, you can choose one energy card attached to one of your opponent's Pokemon and discard it. And then we also have super energy removal. Discard one of your own energy cards attached to one of your Pokemon. Then choose one of your opponent's Pokemon and up to 2 energy cards attached to it and discard those energy cards. So this is a very, very heavy energy denial type of theme deck, which I really like. So there's that. Also, we have a single copy of Gust of Wind. This is the original Pokemon catcher without having to flip for it. Choose one of your opponent's bench Pokemon and switch it with his or her active Pokemon. Now, there was a time where Pokemon catcher you didn't have to flip for either, but now you have to, so it's a little bit less broken. This is more like a Lysander, but there's no supporters in this era, so they're all trainer cards. Also, we have one copy of Plus Power. Attach Plus Power to your active Pokemon. At the end of your turn, discard Plus Power. If this Pokemon's attack does damage to the defending Pokemon after applying weakness and resistance, the attack does 10 more damage to the defending Pokemon. This is still relevant in the expanded format as well. Now, this is where decks differ very, very greatly from what they used to be to what they are now. You don't play nearly as much energy as you did back then. I'll show you guys what I mean. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 water energy, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 fighting energy for a grand total of 28 energy. That is just insane. That's more than a third of your deck. All just energy. But you didn't really have a whole lot of choice because all you had was Pokemon and a few trainers, so the decks were very different back then, that I have to say. So that's going to do it for the Blackout deck. I think it's a pretty good starter deck, good theme deck anyways for base set. Gives you a lot of good stuff to start off with back then. We're talking 1999 here, so, you know, take it for what you will, but I think it's pretty cool, and I had a lot of fun with it, and hopefully you guys did too. Now, I'm going to clean this up here and hand it over to En so he can profile the Overgrowth theme deck.
Alright guys, now it's time to profile the Overgrowth, starting off here with 4 copies of Bulbasaur that I never got to use in the match. Let's see here. The Seed Pokemon. I agree, he's a Seed indeed. Bad Seed. He's the Bad Seed Pokemon.
Just because you didn't get to use him.
Yeah, that's why. And we also have 2 copies of Ivysaur with that Vine Whip and Poison Powder. Now, why does Vine Whip do 30, but the bottom attack does 10 less?
I have no idea.
I don't get that.
I guess for the effect.
Should be the other way around, but whatevs. Now, there's unfortunately no Venusaur. Yeah, don't get a point of that either, but these were theme decks, so what can you expect? Next up, we had 2 Magikarp. That's right, this was a water grass deck. And we had 2 copies of the Magic Fish, which I don't even know how I lost if I was playing Magic Fish. He had Tackle for 10 and Flail. That does 10 damage times the amount of damage carries on him, but he only has 30 health, so the most I could have done was 20. So yeah, in all things considered, Magikarp is pathetic, but Gyarados certainly is not a card that I never got to play either.
I didn't get to play him on Jane either.
Yeah, Dragon Rage for 3 water or 50 damage, which was a lot back then.
Yep. Sure was.
And Bubble Beam, 4 for 40, which I don't get. 3 does 50, but 4 does 40.
Does Bubble Beam have an effect?
Yes.
That's why.
So they lower the damage for an effect?
Mm-hmm.
That's dumb.
That's exactly why they did it.
But if you flip a coin, heads, it's paralyzed, and it has 100 HP, so not bad for back then.
Especially when you're considering going from a 30 HP Magikarp.
Yep, and next up we had 4 copies of Weedle, but pretty much the only thing I got to use. With that Poison Sting for 10, flip a coin and it's poisoned if it's heads. So possibly 20 per time you attack. Oh, and let's get right into Kakuna here. With what did I say before?
Hard Stiffen.
Hard Stiffen, there we go. Well,
I thought it was hardened.
That doesn't sound right, Hard Stiffen.
That's what you said.
Oh, okay. But I'm going to show you guys Beedrill, and I know I mentioned this in the video, but look at him more closely. There is no health change between Kakuna and Beedrill.
I guess it's because they saw Kakuna as a defensive Pokemon anyways.
But still, even if it was like by 10 more HP, they should have increased it.
I agree.
Sigh, duck. Alright. And there are so many 4 of copies of these small Pokemon Staryu, just as Professor K said. I'm not really going to bother going into this one, because he already explained it.
The difference is you had the evolution and I didn't.
Oh, just because I had the evolution, yeah, but I never got to play it.
Nope.
But sucks, because this one would have been good. 2 energy does recover, you discard a water energy, and you remove all damage counters from Starmie. Now this could have been a good wall.
Yeah, could have.
Then Star Freeze for 20. Wait, 3 energy, it did 20?
The effect.
Flip a coin if it's paralyzed.
Yep, that's why.
But at least Gyarados does more damage.
There really wasn't a whole lot of thought process to the attacks.
How was this game so popular back then?
It was mildly popular then, the TCG anyways.
Alright. So 2 copies of Bill, play, draw 2 cards, but since there's no supporters, if you had 2 Bill in your hand, you can play both the Bills at once. Now the one card I liked in here was Gust of Wind.
Which I had 1 copy of.
And I got 2. It's basically Lysander, but no limit. Oh wow, I didn't even notice this. I have 2 Switch cards.
Yep, you did. You never got to play them.
Oh, I got to play one of them.
Oh, did you? I
Yes.
didn't even notice.
I thought I only had 1 here though, but yeah. Switch, as you all know, play it, switch one of your Pokemon. We have 2 copies of Super Potion, discard energy, and you can heal 4 damage. Potion, just 1 of you can heal 2 for free. Sorry about that. And now our energy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Grass energy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Water energy.
Also 28 energy.
Yes. 28 energy. What sense does this make?
Back then, that's really all you could do. I mean, there wasn't a whole lot of trainers available. Base set only had this many cards, really. So,
Yep.
you couldn't do a lot with it.
Alright guys, but there you have it. The deck profiles for Blackout and Overgrowth.
Blackout rules. Anyways, guys, hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, be sure to hit that like button, comment down below, and of course, subscribe for more TCG content here on the Pokemon Evolutionaries, and let us know if you want to see more things like this. And N got his butt kicked. Alright, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed. We'll see you next time. I'm Professor K.
I need to go fill up another cup
Of salty, salty tears. See you guys next time.